Hi, I'm Dr. Lee. I'm a Korean researcher living in Republic of Korea. Recently, one of my research achievements is mainly focused on the regeneration of pancreatic beta cell for type 1 diabetes and also reversing insulin resistance into normal for type 2 diabetes. Through the successful non-clinical trials from the university hospitals with ILB and IACUC approvals, including more than 400 human trials for a long period of time, approximately over 6 years of trace, regeneration pancreatic beta cell with the c-peptide declines in human is confirmed in medical serum data. With this scientific achievement, my book and the International Journal for Diabetes Treatment were published in August 2020. As we can be seen here, there are 30 medical doctors and medical professors wrote their opinions as a letter of recommendation. Among those, I'd like to introduce two worldwide renowned experts in diabetes. As you can see here, this is my book wrote in August last year, 2020. So here, 30 medical doctors wrote their recommendation of the opinions about my research achievements like this. So firstly, here, Professor Medical Dr. Jaakko Tuomila-Hutto, who is a faculty of medicine, University of Helsinki, Finland, specialized in diabetes, dementia, cardiovascular, epidemiology, and public health. He is nominated as a candidate of the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2018, 2019, and 2020 consecutively. Wow, it's really marvelous. And he published more than 1,700 research papers and paper citation counts as of today, June 3rd, 2021, is nearly 400,000, which is recorded ranking number 1 whole in the medical society now. And he wrote, opening the picture to the complete recovery from type 1 diabetes, T1D product is highly interesting since it may offer a completely new way to prevent and even cure diabetes. In the first study that was carried out to elucidate the anti-diabetic effects of T1D using a streptozotocin STG-induced diabetic rats, commonly used model for type 1 diabetes, the results were very promising. Administration of the T1D significantly rescued insulin and c-peptide, sensitive diabetes markers in streptozotocin-treated rats. Improved glucose tolerance tests, or GTT, and the insulin tolerance test, ITT, results were also observed, indicating that T1D exerts anti-diabetic effects. The results suggest that the T1D contributes to the maintenance of pancreatic beta cell function, evidenced by pancreas morphology in post-mortem examination, reversing a diabetic process against the cell death and anabolic metabolism. The next step needed is to proceed with human experiments in both type 1 and type 2 patients to reconfirm the results obtained from the animal model. If human studies show that pancreatic beta cell function can be restored, it will open a new approach for the management of diabetes dramatically. Until today, glucose-lowering medications have been symptomatic and are not correcting the initial reason behind the diabetes, i.e., loss of pancreatic beta cell function. Therefore, we are eagerly waiting for further findings from experiments with the use of T1D. And then secondly, medical doctor, Dr. Rajesh Jain. He is the director of Jain Hospital, India, and he worked for the World Diabetes Foundation, Denmark, and as a medical officer of the World Health Organization, WHO, specializing in gestational diabetes mellitus and obesity. And he wrote, efficacy of T1D in type 2 diabetes in chronic patients. T1D is highly effective in my patients on type 2 diabetes. In my 5 patients, I have found average decrease of blood sugar level postprandial from 40 through 80 milligram per deciliter in 2 weeks period in patients who have been more than 250 milligram per deciliter postprandial level. One of my patients' insulin dose mixed-start 30 through 70 decreased from 42 units to 12 units per 24 hours after 2 weeks of ingestion of 40 grams of D&D just once as evening meal. This nutritional supplement have a great promise for diabetes patients, not only to control their blood sugar, but also weight reduction seen in these patients with more favorable metabolic parameters like blood pressure, less chances of hypoglycemia, and improvements in quality of life, more energy level. In the future, this can be game changer for improving complications of diabetes like retinopathy, diabetes foot, cardiovascular death, and renal function. As it has been shown in human subjects to increase c-peptide level, it has a role in chronic patients where endogenous insulin is very low, and if it can help by regeneration of beta cells naturally. Last, it may also help by increasing GLP-1 and GIP hormones of intestine and thus creating TPP inhibition and increases insulin level. So, if you have any inquiries regarding my research results and research cooperation in the future, contact to my email compi39@naver.com or comfi39@naver.com, or you can contact to 8210 6613 3939. Thank you.